Do you have both of these problems with the FT5DR? Let's find out.
This is RF Radio Network.
Hey guys, this is RF Radio Network, where we're connecting people through the power of radio. And today we're going to be looking at the Yaesu FT5DR radio. This is an old problem, but it's getting worse. And I'm hoping that this video will be sent to Yaesu for my advice on how they should redesign this radio. There is major issues with cracking where the push-to-talk button is, and they need to cut that off. Get rid of it. They need to redesign this radio to prevent the cracking where the push-to-talk button. It's getting worse. This is back from probably late 2021 to 2022, but I thought I'd bring it up today. Even though it's an old problem, we need to portray this problem so Yaesu can fix it. So right now, this is not an IP67 radio any longer because of a crack. My particular radio does not have that problem, but I'm assuming over time it will. And that's a big problem because this is a sub $500 radio, and now of the ruggedness, it's gone. So it's not going to be waterproof any longer for 1 meter for a half an hour. Water gets into anything, 100%. If there's a breach in the chassis, water will get into this radio, and since it's definitely not under warranty any longer, you're going to have a brick, a $500 brick, and that's not fair to you. So I cannot recommend the FT5DR if you're going to use it outdoors and in a rugged environment, because it's a possibility when you get it home, it may not work any longer. So this radio, I haven't tested it on the spectrum analyzer yet, but we may do that during this video. But just an FYI, I can't recommend it because of this, the cracking. So what they need to do is that to redesign this radio, this is my recommendation, is that they should make the left side where all the data connections and power and all that stuff, that it needs to be exactly the same as this side. Get rid of the bump out where the button is, and the problem will go away. That is the problem, the overhang. They need to get rid of it. If they take this side, mimic it, put it on this side, and then make the buttons, it'll be perfect. And that's the problem. So for some reason, when this battery goes inside the case and on the radio itself, the pressure on the bottom is pushing down, and then the spring-loaded portion of the battery is pushing on the chassis, and it's kind of putting pressure on the case and kind of pulling it apart. And that happens to be a weak area there, and it just happens to crack. So the molding process that they did during the making of this chassis, there's a flaw. And to remove the flaw is to redesign the radio, and that's the only way you could do it. Get rid of that bump out of the button, and the problem will go away. It will not have any more issues. It's not going to look aesthetically pretty. It's not going to have an angle on the button, but that's a small price to pay than to have a radio that's no longer waterproof. If people know about this flaw, they're not going to buy the radio, and that is bad. So if you know somebody at Yaesu, forward this, share this video to them, and hopefully the marketing team and the research and developing team will redesign this and make a new version of it, because after this, I don't think anyone's going to buy it. I mean, it is an old scenario. This is back in 2021, probably 2022, when this first started coming out. And people are realizing, wow, this is a major problem, but they haven't fixed it yet. So when you put your battery in your radio, do you hear 2 clicks? If you do not, you have this problem as well, and I have the fix. Listen, you need to hear 2 clicks. If you only hear 1, you have a battery problem and you can pull it off. I have the fix for that as well. Let's get to that. The radio battery looks like it's actually in, right? So to take it off, you need to hit these 2 tabs on the top of the radio, right? You got to push down on this and pull the radio out. And then when you put it back in, you hear the click, right? However, is it really truly clicking in? The reason why I say this is that watch what happens. I'm just pulling on this. This battery setup, something is wrong. All right, so I have the solution. So if your battery is not, if you're able to pull off your battery, the plastic portion of these is just kind of a spring-loaded plastic. If you have a microscope such as this, I want to show you what you need to do. So you need to kind of sort of bend this out like so, ever so slightly, and just make some, this is like kind of stretching the plastic out. Careful you don't break it. You're going to go nice and easy. This is really tiny. So I'm kind of pushing up this part here because this part's got to go underneath the metal here in the radio. Now both sides lock in now. I hear double click. Now this won't get pulled off. That's the fix to that battery issue. Now it's not coming off. That's on there good. That's the fix. I'm glad I found that. That was an accidental find. we like when we find that out. So remember, you need a digital microscope, or use your cell phone to zoom in and make slight adjustments to that, and your battery won't be able to pop out. So I guess that could be a common thing, something that you're not aware of. But once your battery's on, there's really no reason to take it off unless you got to get inside there. But once it's in, just leave it in there and make sure it's locked in, nice and strong, because now I can't pull it off, which is great. I'm actually trying to yank on it. Nothing's happening. So that fixed it. So hopefully you found that problem. We were able to fix it. So that's a home run. So if you find this video educational and very helpful, especially about the crack you probably already knew about, but the battery, that is huge. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. And remember, we're connecting people through the power of radio. This is Joe Tech from RF Radio Network. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
RF Radio Network. No wires, no chains, just signal and flame. We ride the waves. Remember the name. Static fades. Our voices connect. Forever live. RF Radio Network.
Okay, we're just waiting. Okay, we're cranking. All right, let's transmit. Let's see what you can do. Crystal clean. Look at that. The way it's supposed to be. This is what a radio is supposed to transmit. They spend a lot of time doing that. That's impressive.